sa Pilipinas? Law school students from a prominent school was found guilty and sentenced reclusion perpetua and 20 to 40 years imprisonment for hazing fellow law student Atio Castillo III at their initiation rites for AEGIS Juris Fraternity back in 2017. Imagine you guys, these kids were actually potential lawyers and now they have to face the consequences in jail for a very long time. Welcome back guys, I'm Bordador and today we will focus on hazing here in the Philippines. It has killed so many students already, it doesn't even strengthen brotherhood at all. So may this recent verdict fully abolish hazing in the culture of fraternities para wala nang masaktan pa ng mga students in the future. You know, my heart goes to the family that have lost their son, who happens to be a first-year law student. And according to the Senate hearing, Natio was actually always saying, I need to find my life purpose. I want to know what my life purpose is.
Sinasabi ko po sa kanya na kaya niya po yun, yung proseso po nung gabi na yun. And lagi ko po sa kanya pinapaalala yung sinasabi niya sa akin. Nag-uusap kami na ang gusto niya kasi is purpose. Every time niya kausap ako, lagi lang niya sinasabi was purpose. Ang hinahanap niya yung purpose niya sa buhay niya.
And sadly, namatay siya sa hospital eventually. And what a big loss for their family. After a 7-year fight for justice, Atio's family has finally won. Somehow, they have laid their son to rest. Looking back at the history of hazing, it has been practiced within the fraternities and sororities. And over the years, there have been numerous cases of hazing that have resulted in severe injuries and deaths, which popularized back in the 1900s. Madalas nga na may media siya. Yung mga members of the frat still practice this. Now, back in 1991, the tragic death of law student Lenny Villa was super publicized and scrutinized as he reportedly died during the initiation rites of his fraternity. So this incident actually led to the enactment of Republic Act number 8049 and also known as the Anti-Hazing Act of 1995, which sought to regulate and control hazing practices. Pero it was actually considered ineffective. It doesn't necessarily say that bawal ang hazing, but rather, dapat magpaalam sa universities ang mga students regarding their initiation rites. Lahat na nakakasuhan because of this law, normally na-acquit sila. In other words, hindi sila nakakuha ng guilty verdict. So, ibig sabihin nun, mahina ang batas. And after Atio Castillo III's death in 2017, a year later, in 2018, the law was strengthened. They revised the anti-hazing law and they imposed harsher penalties for those guilty of hazing, including imprisonment for those who participate in or organize the activities. It also imposed stricter penalties even to those who attempt to cover up such activities. And it's just so absurd that despite all of these law upgrades, parang wala pa rin takot ang mga tao sa hazing. And ang ironic dito, law students practice this when in fact they study so much cases. Assault, murder, physical injury, violence against women and children. Just the idea of hurting someone is punishable by law. Tapos sa hazing, exception siya. Parang weird lang, diba? Doesn't make sense, diba? Even logic can't support that. Honestly, I feel like it's peer pressure and tradition that allows hazing to remain. Normal na sa kanila to. So, if you're wondering, why do students even join fraternities? When you are a part of a group, you feel more elevated, diba? Number 2, they believe you get protection. And thirdly, people join fraternities to widen deep connections para magkaroon sila ng network. Siyempre, pag naging lawyer na sila, maging friends sila ng ibang lawyer, na magiging judges din, na magiging prosecutors din. So parang mas malawak yung network nila. And if you think about it, there's nothing wrong. Fraternities are actually good in itself. Yung idea of a fraternity. Pero minus the unnecessary and obsolete infliction of pain sa initiation rites. Diba? There are other ways to show your allegiance and dedication to a frat. Pwede namang ng legal and more productive activities para lang to show na you really want to be part of fraternities or sororities that benefit everyone. Yung legal. So ayun, nasampulan ang latest group of AEGIS Fraternity. And though they were found guilty, my heart goes to them as well. Because, you know, these law students were kids then. Bata pa sila nun eh. And ngayon, 7 years in jail already. They've somewhat lost their youth behind bars. Early 20s, and now they missed their chance of becoming proud lawyers. So yes, mali yung ginawa nila, pero in essence, mali talaga yung tradition ng hazing that has been passed on to their generation. And of course, if you are young and you're desperate to ensure your law school career, gagawin mo talagang lahat because everyone's doing it anyway. Everyone's doing it naman eh. And it's so frustrating na paulit-ulit nangyayari siya. So itong 10 students na to, they'll be moved to the correctional jail. And, you know, I can't help but think about them. Kasi bilang isang tao na nakulong din, I tell you that there are so many good-hearted people inside that just did wrong act. Kita ko nahatulan sila, parang medyo... Whew. Pero ramdam ko din yung sa parents, of course, na lumawag naman yung dibdib nila. Pero still, like, it's very sad for both parties. When I was in the Manila City Jail for a PDL event, which I didn't get to post about at all kasi medyo low-key lang yung pagpasok ko noon, I donated some gifts for the prisoners. I sang. I even talked to them. Parang nagbigay ako ng motivational speech sa kanila, just kwento ko yung story ko. Did I find out na yung event na yon is actually organized by the AEGIS Juris boys. So they're actually very helpful inside. And being law students, ginagamit nila yung knowledge nila to guide the cases of their fellow PDLs that can't afford private lawyers kasi actually help out their fellow prisoners. And yung jail, hindi ko nagbe-benefit naman sa presence nila doon kasi nakatulong sila eh. The fact na nagdadala sila ng mga lawyers na tumutulong sa mga kapwa nila, tapos nagdadala sila ng tao tulad ko, na nagdo-donate tapos nagbibigay ng speech sa kanila, may positive impact naman sila sa loob. They are actually also leaders inside. I also met some of their girlfriends who have stuck with them all throughout the years despite the continuous sacrifices. Ang hirap. As in, yung mga kwentos na sinishare nila sa akin, parang, oh my gosh, the sacrifice, the time, and the things they can't do because syempre, one is in jail and one is outside. You know, I know what's in the news, pero from meeting them, mababait yung mga boys na to. But of course, because of tradition nga naman and they're wanting to fulfill their duties as frat boys, ayun, they harmed the fellow student that led to his death. So ang hirap magalit sa kanila dahil yung mismong nakakatanda sa kanila has taught them that hazing is mandatory and a rule of thumb to ensure their membership. I don't know where to begin. So how can you get out of that? Diba? Basta, it's just so frustrating. Hazing should just really end. Wala siyang magandang na idudulot sa kahit sino. And I hope the seniors out there that are members of frats will already end this tradition. I just want to pray for everyone involved. Death is so tragic, while dying slowly in jail is extremely painful as well. And I recall Atio Castillo III telling his friend na, I need a purpose. Like, I want to know my life's purpose. When I was in jail, also thinking of the same thing. And for him though, maybe his death due to hazing was his purpose. I know it sounds so morbid and it just sounds so tragic, pero maybe he was born in this world for that moment where his death will completely abolish hazing in the mentality of everyone. One day, someday, that his death actually had meaning. No, it just sounds so what? Pero sometimes you just have to find meaning in everything. And yun nga, palagi yung sinasabi, I need to know my life purpose. So maybe that is his life purpose. And likewise, dun sa 10 students that got sentenced recently, may this be a living reminder that you can lose your life when you follow baseless traditions such as hazing. I'll pray for these students to continue to be a positive influence for their fellow prisoners inside, that they still live a hopeful and progressive life behind bars. May buhay pa rin eh. There's something still waiting out there. And yeah, may their families continuously support them no matter what. And may God decide where the wind will take them. Kasi God is always merciful. And it's really up to Him to decide what happens for everyone. Kaya guys, listen to your instincts and your morals. You guys should always pray. When you don't stand up for anything, you will fall for everything. Ay. Anyway, on my next vlog,
after posting this, guess what? It got 22,000 shares and our cost trended and it's all over the news. So thank you so much to the Blooms and my followers for donating, because here it is. We went to CIW and gave away a lot of different napkins and lots of cool stuff. Meet the Beanie Langgos.
Stay tuned for my next video. Don't forget to comment below. Don't forget to like and share this as well. More to come, guys, on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe.